Someone once said, if you're lucky enough to get a second chance, use it. I learned that you should never take second chances for granted because you'll not always get them. I was lucky, I got one, and I do not intend on wasting it. On October 8th, 2009, my mom, my brother, and I, and my 2 dogs were in a car accident. We were about a half mile from my house, and the people blew a stop sign and we hit them. Those 2 people were killed instantly. We ended up in a ditch facing the road. The truck was on its right side. When we hit the car, my head hit the window so hard it shattered. And then when I was knocked out from that, and when I regained consciousness, I was hanging by my neck from my seatbelt. I ended up climbing out of the window, and my mom was already out of the truck, and so I sat by her, and I remember thinking that I needed a Band-Aid for my hand because it was bleeding, so I started walking towards my house, but my mom called me back. I was out of it, so I don't know why I did that. I kept going in and out of consciousness. My brother was trapped between the seat and the door, and my dog was pinned to the floor of the truck. I don't remember ever walking to the ambulance, but the police said that I did. I was in the ambulance for a little bit, and they were asking me questions, but I went back out of it, and then I was being wheeled over to a helicopter, and then I was med-flighted to the University of Iowa Children's Hospital, and as soon as I got there, they took me to get MRIs, CAT scans, and x-rays, and I remember really having to pee, like really bad, and all the scans and stuff took about an hour, and I still really had to pee, and then they took me to get my hair washed because there was a bunch of dirt and gravel and mud and stuff in it, and that took about a half hour. Then they had to flush my ears. That took about 15 minutes, and finally they took me to my room, and I actually got to pee. They put an IV in my arm, and they were giving me fluids, and then some doctor came in, and he said that I was lucky to be alive, and that when my head hit the window, it should have shattered my skull, and that just how long I must have been hanging from my seatbelt should have strangled me to death, but I didn't die, and that's when I know I got a second chance. I learned that, well, if I hadn't gotten a second chance, I wouldn't be here. So, like, the next time maybe you get in a fight with a friend and you think it's like that you're never going to be friends again, think it over and make up with them and figure out how to fix it and work through it, and don't, like, give up on anything. And so basically think about what that someone said, and if you are ever lucky enough to get a second chance, use it.